Veggie stew time again. Actually, veggie stew is the backbone of any 1940s diet. I'm sure the 1940s housewife would have used that a lot of the time to fill in those times when her and her family were starving hungry. It's great for using up leftovers and some rubbery carrots and wilting cabbage. So anyway, I'm going to cook it now. I've completely run out of potatoes, so today my veggie stew is mostly going to be cabbage, tomatoes, bovril or Marmite, onions, carrots. Now in the 1940s they probably would have used leeks more than onions, but if you grew your own then you'd have a good supply of onions, but generally it was easier to buy leeks than it was onions. But because I haven't got any potatoes, I've just checked them, and I don't think even anybody from the 1940s would be able to use my potatoes. They are so rubbery and have, it looks like bean sprouts are stuck all over them, so I don't think I'll use those. But so I've used 1/4 pound of stewing steak, and I'm going to put that into the slow cooker with all the vegetables to make my veggie stew. Nice big chunks of carrot. I like my vegetables chunky, so with the onions I just cut them into 4 to 6 pieces, and the carrots just several large chunks. And with the cabbage I use a whole cabbage. It can be white or green, and it doesn't matter if the outside leaves are a bit ooey. It doesn't really matter at all. I mean, you're still going to get the flavour there, and a 1940s housewife wouldn't really have wasted anything. She would have tried to use as much of her vegetables as she could have. It's the easy thing now. It's literally just put it all in the slow cooker. You get your meat. I've got 1/4 pound of stewing steak. You just put that straight in. The vegetables go in as they are. Next thing is you can put a bunch of tomatoes in or a large can of tomatoes, and I find this adds extra flavour, so just pour that in. Because I didn't have potatoes, I've decided to put in some pearl barley, and this would have been frequently used in stews and casseroles and soups in the 1940s. Well, this is leaking, so what you want to do is you want to put about 2 litres of stock in, and the stock can be Marmite, Oxo or Bovril. Obviously the 1940s housewife would have put this in a saucepan on her stove, but I'm using a slow cooker, so make sure it's turned to high. Make sure that actually you've preheated the slow cooker. That's a really good tip. And if you can make the stock up with boiling water, that ensures that your casserole or your veggie stew is off to a really good and swift start. It's going to take between 5 and 7 hours in the slow cooker.